What's going on, kings and queens? Goal setting is the foundation for everything that we do here. Whether we're doing physical activity with our goal, with our strength and conditioning, whether we're locking in with our meditations, breath work, no matter what it is, whether we're dialing in with our nutrition, it is so important for us to know what our goals are. And I will tell you that there are so many people that struggle. They struggle even getting off the ground because they are not picking goals. They are not going through the goal selection process the way that they should be, And one of the things that I preach both in my corporate wellness programs and my one-on-one coaching sessions is this idea of small wins. How do we generate enough small wins early in our journey to provide us with the energy that we need to sustain ourselves throughout the course of the entire program that will eventually lead us to the conquering and the crushing of our goals, right? I don't like walking through the finish line, okay? I like sprinting through the finish line. I like destroying the finish line, right? Like that to me is, we put in all this work. We didn't put in all this work and all this energy to just get by, okay? We didn't put in all this energy building this business just to be a thousandaire. Like, no, we want big, and I want you to want big, right? But in order for us to get to the big, to the amazing results that we all deserve and will eventually get, we need to start by accumulating small wins. And I will tell you why. Because as human beings, there's certain elements, there's certain values that we need to exhibit in order to keep us on our path. And one of the biggest things that we need to be able to do is to generate self-confidence. And I will tell you, I've seen some people come into the process with the greatest intention, right? Wanting the greatest good for themselves and even for the people around them. But they were never able to generate confidence in themselves. And it will always come to get you when you're at your most vulnerable moment. And it is going to come. This is what a lot of people don't get. Whenever you go through any meaningful journey, you must understand that you will not be without some level of suffering. You will not go through a journey where you do not approach an obstacle, where you do not encounter friction. Again, when we go to the gym, and the only way I can get my body to look the way that I want it to look, I have to go put it through friction. I need to take this resistance, these weights, the dumbbells, the barbells, the kettlebells, whatever it is. I need to be able to take these tools and apply this level of friction and pressure to my body to break it down. I am looking to break down the muscle tissue in my body with the purpose of generating inflammation, this inner fire in my system that will recreate, that will remodel my body, my tissue, the muscle, the ligaments, the tendons to look a different way. Like I'm looking for transformation, okay? Transformation does not happen without fire, without chaos, okay? You might see from the outside this slow and steady path towards change, but what's really happening inside your body is nothing short of chaos. Trust me, it is chaotic inside of you. There are all of these interactions that are happening in your body. And it's one of the reasons why you might feel groggy. It's one of the reasons why you might not sleep well at night. It's one of the reasons why once you make that one mistake with your food, it hurts you even more. And it's this ongoing thing, and it's beautiful, and it's amazing, and it's expected. But when we take that same attitude, that same mindset of the inevitability of suffering, so many of us are incapable of accepting that. So many of us say to ourselves, you know, man, shit, I work at a job I don't like. I'm in a relationship where I don't like. I got a family I don't like. The last thing I want to do is put myself through another series of things that I'm not going to like, just to get something that might make me better. You know, I get that. There's this accumulative effect of stress that has weighed the majority of us down. And I will tell you, I will be 100% honest for you. This isn't for everybody. This is not for everybody. Not everybody's going to sign up for this. Most people are going to look at it and they're going to say exactly that. No, this isn't for me. I suffer enough. I don't want to suffer anymore. I want to keep living in this space where I'm pretending to be happy. I'm doing a bunch of shit that someone else told me I'm supposed to do, living a life that someone else taught me to live, not living in my purpose, you know, accepting the fact that I'm not going to be happy. Most people are going to live out their lives like that. Okay? It might even be you. You might say to yourself, you know, I'm watching this. I know Joe, he means well and it sounds nice, but you know what? I can't do it. I can't make the sacrifices. Okay? I'm not worth it. Okay? Like we're going to get that. Most people are going to suffer. Everybody suffers. But it's a very few of us that have the level of resilience that you need to overcome that obstacle. When you get knocked on your ass, like we all will do, we will all get knocked on our ass. Your ability to get back up and to dust yourself off within a reasonable amount of time to get your ass back on track and in line with the rest of the work that has to get done to finish what you started. When people do that, when they show up for themselves that way, you are giving yourself the highest level of honor and respect. And that is the energy that is required to get you to explode and to sprint past the finish line. Okay? And it starts with what? It starts with consistency, right? The equation is very simple. Consistency plus resiliency will equal confidence. I want you to think about that for a second. Consistency plus resiliency will equal confidence. Confidence is not something that you need to show up with on day one. You don't. You almost never do. You are making a bet on you. You are making a bet that the future version of you will be an upgrade over you in that moment. You are making a bet. You are investing in yourself. The greatest investment that you can ever make. So when you say to yourself, you know what? I'm tired of being overweight. I'm tired of the mental stress that comes with being overweight. I am tired of not having the kind of sex that I want. I'm tired of not making the kind of money that I want. I need change. In that moment, you are sparking something. You are initiating the chaos. Okay? The chaos is being born. The chaos that you need to generate the friction to get the long-term results that you want. So if you're able to say to yourself, you know what, I'm this tired, I'm going to start, and I'm going to go 5 times a week into this. And I'm going to say to myself, I'm this tired. I need to change. I'm not going to sit here and wait for some doctor to come to me and tell me, like, listen, Joe, you need to think about your blood pressure. You need to think about your cholesterol. You need to think about your stress. You're going to have a heart attack and your life is going to end early. You don't want to wait for that shit because you know it's going to happen. And we've already spoken about systems. Once you get yourself to that part of the system, you're in trouble. Because there's nobody on that side of the system that gives a shit about you. None of them do. They are salivating. They are hoping that you screw up. Because when you screw up, you give up. And when you give up, you become a client for life with them. Okay, so you need to ask yourself the question, can I be consistent? Can I show up for myself when it comes to locking down these goals, to obliterating these goals? You understand? Because this is setting you up for the next level of expansion. There's all these different waves of expansion and contraction that are going to happen. You're going to move up, you're going to expand, okay, you're going to have a great time, you're going to enjoy everything, and then there's going to be a problem that comes up and it's going to pull you in a little bit for some contraction, right? And then in that space, you're going to learn a lesson. And it's going to be a very important lesson for you to learn. Okay, and that's going to help you for your next expansion. And then you become this individual that you understand how to live your life. Okay, you don't fear taking risks because you know it's all lessons, it's all energy at the end of the day that you get to accumulate, and you're just growing. You're a growing machine. And this is what I want for you. I want you to understand how to live life better for you within your purpose. Right? So at the end of this video, I want you to sit and I want you to think about some goals for yourself. Okay? Think about something that really makes you happy, something that you want to do for yourself. And the next thing after that, I want you to think about what's kept you from achieving those goals. What happens to you? Right? And the next thing you ask yourself, how long does it take before I give up on my goals usually? Right? When you go to the gym and you say, I want a new me, I want to look better. Is it really you that is quitting straight away? How long does it take for you to quit? You know, that you need to track. You need to keep that and make a note of that, because that interval of time, we need to decrease that, right? If you're taking all this long time in between intervals of trying to go to the gym and look good, then you're never going to get there. So that's all about the resilience. When you get knocked on your ass, do you get back up? Okay, and that's one of the things that we're really going to work hard at early on, staying on track. And I'm here to keep you accountable. All right, love you and talk to you soon.